Well, hello. It's me, Brian. I'm back. It's been 2 months. I know. I'm not real good at this posting weekly thing. So I want to share with you all the stuff that's been going on for the last couple of months. I have some new stuff that I want to share with you, so stick around. It's day 384. For you folks that have never seen a video before, I'm trying to accomplish 10 goals, 10 pretty significant goals. Some not so significant, but a lot of significant goals in the next 2,979 days. Basically, that works out to 8 years. First of all, Happy New Year, 2020. Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, Happy all the things. Let's see, at the Comedy Spot, we got a brand new bar, brand new hoodies and t-shirts. I'm wearing the old ones, the new ones are over there. I was on crutches for about 2 weeks. It's weird, my foot hurt. It was, well, my ankle and my foot. Anyway, I'm better now, although it kind of hurts today. We had the Comedy Spot Awards. Comedian Rhea Butcher was here. Kennedy, my youngest daughter, got braces. She has braces. The kids all have A's and B's in school. Ian got straight A's and he got an award. I went to his award banquet. Straight A's all across the board. Like A pluses too. It's ridiculous. It's really cool to see. I found an old video camera that had videos of Mackenzie as a baby. She turns 18 this year. I did a trade with Pipeworks where I filmed a video for them and they gave me 3 months of free gym. That's cool. I also produced 5 Meet the Community videos for the Sacramento Comedy Spot, and I produced about 9 episodes of the Top 10 List podcast. You can see both of those on the Comedy Spot's Facebook page. That's where all those videos end up. So it's been busy. I'm sure I forgot about 900 things in the middle of that. We had people visiting, we went and visited people, we went over to my mom's house for Christmas Eve and for Thanksgiving. Thanksgiving happened. I'm sorry. No need to dwell on the past. Let's jump into what's happening right now. As you know, I've had these goals and I didn't have a really good way of tracking them, so I created this. I used to have these 2 pieces of cardboard that had a list of my goals, but I am a huge fan of sticky notes and whiteboards. I never use my whiteboards as for their intended purposes. They're so pretty. The blue goals, those are like one-time things that I'm trying to do. And then the green stuff down here, those are things that are kind of ongoing. So let me give you an update. So first one up here, I've told you before, I want to write 4 screenplays, 1, 2, 3, 4, and I want to sell one of them, which is very, very difficult. It's difficult just to write 1 screenplay. It's even harder to write 4. It's even harder to sell one. But I'm going to do it. Screenplay number 1 is my lost luggage. I wanted to give you an update on that. On February 1st, 2020, at 5:30 p.m. here at the Comedy Spot, I'm doing my first ever table read of the entire script of The Adventures of Lost Luggage. Tentative title, still working on it. It doesn't have a lot of sizzle to it. But it's gonna happen at 5:30 on February 1st. There's gonna be a bunch of actors reading out my script. So, on February 1st, I will mark that as complete because I will have finished my first screenplay. If you live anywhere near Sacramento, come to the Comedy Spot on February 1st. You can listen to it first. Okay. Next, be interviewed by Terry Gross. That's a big one. It's like I have to do something worthy of being interviewed by Terry Gross. I don't think I've done that yet. We'll work on it. Move the Comedy Spot. Some of you might know that our lease expires here in our building in 3 years. And so at that time, we want to move the Comedy Spot. We want to move everything into one location. So we want to have our comedy school there where people perform. We want to have offices. We want to have a studio for things like podcasts and recording videos. So I don't have to just be in the lobby all the time. Next thing is buy a home. And then the other thing is buy an investment property. I've never owned a home before, so I started to look up how much it would be to be able to get into a home, and I know why I've never owned a home, because it's super expensive. It's super expensive. And if you don't live here in California, You're lucky because California is super expensive. I knew I had to save money. So last year I started saving money just for this. I'm gonna buy a home and then hopefully down the road I'm gonna buy an investment property. Why do I wanna buy an investment property? I've never really talked about that. It's because I am a comedian and I've been doing this job where I'm very grateful for what I have, but I also don't have like a huge retirement. I don't have, you know, I didn't have a traditional job for years where I was putting money into retirement. So this is going to be my retirement. I'm going to buy something that I can work on, that I can rent to people, and then when I want, I can pull my money out, and that will help. You know, along with continuing to save money and everything, I want to have. That's going to be my backup plan. So that's why it's so important. It's not just because I want, I don't know, like, Scrooge McDuck. I don't want to be rolling in pennies. It has a practical purpose, looking toward the future. Okay, next thing. I want to watch 3 space launches. If you haven't seen my other videos, I freaking love space. I love everything about space. This is going to be a big space year. Why? You have people like SpaceX doing things this year. NASA is launching a new rocket. You have Boeing that's doing stuff. This year, I really need to see at least one space launch. It's a good year for it. We live on the West Coast though, so it's really hard when all the stuff is happening in Florida. I gotta figure that out. We'll figure it out. My Uncle Charlie said that he would go with me to a launch. So we're gonna make it happen. Next one, buy a cheap suit and then buy an expensive suit. I have never owned a suit before in my entire life. Like I've owned shirts and ties that you buy from Target, but I've never actually had a suit until now. What? Yes! One of the things I did do is I bought a cheap suit. Cheap suit. So, you are witnessing this live. I'm going to write a complete across cheap suit. It's done. I'm gonna do a whole episode where I show you my cheap suit. It's so cool. I went to a place where you buy suits and I bought a suit and it fits me. It's so awesome. You know that they actually can alter clothes to make you look better in them? It's true. I did it. By the way, cheap suit is relative because even a cheap suit for me, that was really expensive. I was like, oh wow, each cut you're gonna charge, okay, yeah, that sounds expensive. I'll show it to you soon, I swear. So, one thing off the board. Let's get down to the stuff that's kind of ongoing. I vowed that I would start reading at least 2 books every single year. And in 2019, I don't know if you can see this. I should put this darker. I read 2 books. The minimum required. But this year, I've already read, oh, that's right, 1 book. Check this out. I'm reading this book. It's called Save the Cat. I put a bunch of notes on the front of it. It's a screenwriting book. It's got lots of useful information that I've tabbed out. This was like the catalyst to really get my butt moving for the Adventures of Lost Luggage book. I had hit a brick wall, and this really helped me get over that. So, stoked. That's 1 book down, so I'm gonna mark, oh, I did mark it. Yeah, it's marked, 1, boom. Post on YouTube every week. Okay, so there was 52 weeks last year. Out of 52 weeks, let's see, I did 5, 10, 15, 20. I did 20 videos instead of 52. That's not great. It's 38%. But guess what? 1 for this year. Live healthy. It's hard to be like complete on stuff like this. So last year, at the beginning of the year, I weighed myself, and I don't put a lot of stock in weight, but I did. I was overweight. I needed to get more healthy. So at the beginning of this whole thing, I was 234 pounds. And over the course of the year, I went from that, and I lost 40, and then 30 and back to 40, and then now I have lost about 26 pounds. Thanksgiving, Christmas, New Year's, chips, turkey, food, cookies. Not good. Not good for someone who doesn't have any portion control. That's okay. The important thing is that I went to the gym regularly all this past year. I stopped smoking and I stopped drinking. The idea was that I was gonna quit drinking for a year. And so as I got closer to New Year's, I was like, oh man, should I drink? Should I not drink? It was like all on my mind. I told everybody that I was like, man, I super miss drinking. So I was so conflicted that even to the last minute, like I wasn't sure if I was gonna have anything to drink. And then I remembered I had 2 beers in my fridge from New Year's the year before. Right at midnight, I stopped drinking this like 6-pack that I had, so I had those 2 beers left. I was like, you know what? I'm gonna go get those 2 beers from midnight 2020 to 1 o'clock. I'm gonna drink those beers and I'm gonna be done again. And so I did. I went and I got those beers from my house. I left this party I was at. I went to the house. I got the 2 beers, came back to the party. Midnight, I made it a year, drink. And then guess what? I had such a great time before that, before I drank. And then I had such a great time afterward that I realized that I don't really need to drink. So all this time I was like missing it and wanting it, right? And then I did it and then I was like, oh man, I don't need it. So now instead of just for a year, I'm just not gonna drink anymore. Boom, done. So that's a thing. And then, you know, I need to eat healthy. I'm gonna make sure I eat healthier this year. That's a goal. Keep on going to the gym. And then I haven't smoked, by the way. I should mention that. I haven't smoked since last New Year's, a little bit before New Year's, so that's pretty awesome. I'm done with that too. What's really funny is I don't have any cravings for cigarettes, like at all. Every once in a while, somebody will be smoking and I'll be like, ooh, and I'll like get close to them and like secondhand smoke that for a second, but I don't think about it anymore. I don't crave it anymore. So it's been pretty cool. And then the last thing on here is take vacations and go on adventures. And last year was a lot of fun. We went to, Mignon and I went to spring training. That was really awesome. It's the first time I've ever done that. And then we took the kids to Disneyland last year. Those videos are all on the channel. You can go check them out. So that was pretty awesome. I mean, 2 things in 1 year, that's cool. I've gone years without vacations. So here's what I learned over the last year of doing all this. I put the Comedy Spot first all the time. And I'm going to try not to do that anymore. I'm going to try to put myself and my family first and the Comedy Spot second. I have paid my dues to the Comedy Spot over the years, and I love this place. I love coming here, I love doing things, but I don't want it to be the only thing that I do with my time all the time. So I'm putting myself first. I learned that I can perform and be funny and I don't have to be drunk. You know, which before shows I was like, I better have a drink to relax. I'm really happy. I have more energy. I'm happier with my kids. I get shit done. I got so much shit done this year. So I'm stoked. And I can't wait for this year. I can't wait for all the cool stuff that's coming. And the first thing is gonna be that table read of my screenplay on February 1st. Thank you everybody who has had my back and watched my videos and commented. Please keep doing that. It's great. Thank you for going on this journey, and I'm glad that we're all friends and you can keep commenting and telling me what I'm doing wrong or what I'm doing right, or hell, just say hi. I like that more than anything else. So thank you for being part of my life. I look forward to talking to you again soon. Bye.